Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Rootrees Are Dead! It's Welonz here. We did a first look of this game a few months ago. I know it's been a while already and some of you might have thought I just gave up on it. I actually intended on continuing this a lot earlier, but this and that got in the way. Because this is a pretty intense puzzle game. So I felt like I had to find the right headspace for it, and it just wasn't really happening that often. But we are here now. If this is your first time seeing the game, definitely go back to the first look first. If you did see the first look, but it's been a while already and you might have forgotten some stuff, honestly, same. But don't worry, I reviewed my own video beforehand, so I'm pretty sure we can pick it up right where we left off. Most noticeably right off the bat though, it looks like they've updated the key art for the main three sisters, huh? Because it used to be a different picture here. I feel like looking at this picture, I can tell which one's the oldest, which was something that the previous picture kind of tricked me with. Yeah, I guess they just like this one better. Who knows? I see that some of the newspaper text has updated too, but I don't think it's in like a puzzle kind of way. I think it's just an error correction. Because it used to say that Carl and his 3 daughters died on the plane, but it didn't make mention of his wife, which elsewhere in the game it did mention that. So yeah. Let's just jump back in. Yeah, this is our home. Yeah, remember this place? And this is what we're trying to solve. Oh my goodness. Last time in the first look, we left off with... So the sisters, this was the tutorial case. And then we also solved 3 more people with the very head of the company, Gwynn, Elias Roottree. And then also just Carl, which is the sister's dad. And then we also have some people like the spouses, but we don't really care about them. Vaguely remembering, our next goal was to find 3 more people, and then that lady that came to my door will come back again. Let me just click on some of this to make sure I remember what these buttons do. We have notes. I think they made some update. Oh, I know the devs been making updates the whole time after I played it, so there might be some nicer things, nicer improvements and all that now. Yeah, these were my previous notes. I tried to keep it to like, hey, these are all about the sisters, so put all the stuff about the sisters in here, and we have all these brand names. Oh, we learned something about how... Yes. Elias had 5 children, and he named them after, or he named the candy in his company, the 5 flavors after his 5 children. And so they have the same initial, same first initial, something like that. There's this little rubber ducky here who can help me if I need help. And he's saying, you have evidence you haven't even looked at yet. I see they didn't fix this phone. It's still missing a 0, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, yes, I remember. The lady called me a genealogical genie. And that's why I'm being hired to do this case. Okay. What do we have here? What was, This is a list given to me by the person that showed up at my door. This is supposed to be the people I'm trying to match to the family tree. Is this new? I don't remember seeing this list before. Oh, that's why it's new then, because I haven't seen it. Okay. Cool, but it's too... You can't really make heads and tails of this because there's just too much on it, right? So many of the people on the list are just named Roottree. Okay, cool. Looking at some of the existing evidence we have. Easy people to find online. Do we want to go here? I'm pretty sure we read about a Jim Roottree somewhere. Yeah, to these people we can Google and find them. Do you want to just start like that then, as opposed to trying to pick up off where I left off with my last notes from half a year ago? Let's go... Jim Roottree. Oh, James Roottree is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. This seems important. Jim, do we have a... Jim, I know we had Jim somewhere in the notes before, but I'm just gonna start a new thingy here then. Jim... James. And we also found a song just by Googling this. We have him and his wife, Jim and Diamond. Although James writes the majority of songs, plays the guitar, sings, Diamond is the band's lead singer. They released music throughout the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Sure. He hasn't made a public appearance since 96. It's currently 98. Do you want to go James Roottree? Same article. Jim and Diamond. Yeah, it just comes back with the same thing, but maybe we wanna... What was the relation between Jim and... Like, where is he on the family tree? This is what we need to know. I'll try Cherry Tree. Yeah. Sound of Laughter. Yeah, this is very vague. 1989? You can't even find a cover of the picture. You can't even find a picture of the cover. Middling reviews. There's a Jim Roottree fan page. Alright. And we got a picture for that. Rolling down to the city. We know what they look like. 1979. It satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Yeah, that's true. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. It was such a product of its time, so it doesn't really get played anymore. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree could make disco this sweet. You're the grandson." Peter Yanovitz from MMM. Wait, the auction? This is the person who bought it, or what is this? I'll keep it in here. MMM. The lyrics of the song contains no clues. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. There is apparently 11 clues on this image alone, though. That's nuts. Oh, can we play this?
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Oh, Peter Yanovitz is the guy who said this quote.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight. The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right.
The Roottrees may have a candy company, but the people in the family, they've been doing all sorts of things. Yeah, because the money really affords them freedom to do so much. Makes sense. Oh god, how do I make it stop? Oh, you'll just keep playing? I hope this is not copyrighted. That's what I'm worried about. Sorry, man. Okay. Grandson means you've gotta be on... It's like this layer would be the daughter and the sons. And then this layer would be a grandson. So all we know is that Jim is on this layer here. But where? Which part of this layer? I am so sure we had something about Jim Roottree somewhere. Somewhere else. Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree, has a young daughter. The same age as Raina. Yes! Carl's cousin is Jim. Carl's cousin. Wait. Carl's cousin. Cousin means you share a grandfather and mother, right? Don't forget, family trees use surnames from birth even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Genealogy for dunces. Cousin. Wouldn't cousin be on the same level as Carl? But then... Oh, there could be multiple Jim Rootrees. I'm kinda confused already. Okay, maybe I will look through my existing notes. The sisters, we are good. We already solved it. There's an Ernie Roottree who used to be a president. We did this one already. Maybe we should delete the ones that we did. But you never know when it's gonna become relevant again, right? That's what I'm a little bit like, Brenda. These are what we can go to if we need more things to check out. Watchman of the Year. Elias, the head of the company. Any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by the blood to my legacy. I bet someone cheated somewhere for sure. We have to be careful about that. Oh yes, Elias Roottree Jr. is an architect. Oh, I think we learned that, okay, so he has 5 daughters and sons, and the oldest, because this chart goes from oldest on the left to the youngest on the right, so the oldest is a daughter. I think we know that much. But names? Yeah, okay, you know what, maybe we'll just... I know we have so much that's... 11 clues here? How the heck? That's crazy. Gwynn Roottree, Miracle Jr. Miracle Jr., they sound fun. He doesn't go by his full name in promotional materials. He shortened it to Miracle Jr., so this is not his normal name. He's a televangelist who is part of the Miracle Network. Is televangelist a job? Miracle Jr. Doesn't go by his full name, televangelist who is part of the Miracle Network. So Miracle Network is a thing we can check. Clergy Watch? He was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed it was his wife Edith's sister in disguise. His wife Edith. His wife also has a sister in disguise. The author also mentions that Edith had a bit of a checkered past herself, but doesn't clarify why. Edith something. He has since lost television, his show, and goes on tour, where he was not well known before the scandal. Wow, so black sheep of the family. We don't really like him too much. Miracle Network. Miracle Roottree Estate. Quite bare bones. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Roottree. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year, so this is probably the youngest child. Whoever his mother is. His mother and father, Elias and Gwynn. Oh, okay, you are like second or first degree right after Elias and Gwyneth. Named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. Is this the same Miracle though? They did give us some dates and stuff. They were like, oh yeah, Diamond and James released a CD in 1979, but I haven't really been keeping the years on me. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still, with the power of God and anime on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 years later, Miracle Roottree Jr. arrived. Okay, look, I'm already mixing it up. Because it's Miracle and Miracle Jr. These are 2 different people. 23 years later, Miracle Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level via the power of television. Yes. So this is who we looked at, the televangelist. Below the blurb is a flyer about the tour, which is in your evidence. So this is a picture, we got a picture of Miracle Jr. Witness the power of the Lord in summer 96, 3 generations of miracles. Tour 3. Special appearance from the Miracle Roottree in his 68th year on God's earth. This does not look like a picture of a 68-year-old. Children now welcome. Celebrate with your pastor Miracle III and his wife Nicole. There's one in the middle then. There's 3 miracles, but there's only 2 being mentioned here. The Miracle Jr. is the famous one. Miracle Roottree. Wait. Oh, okay. Miracle 3rd, Miracle Roottree, Miracle Jr. These are... Oh my god. I hate rich people families and their whole naming scheme. Miracle Jr. is the televangelist. Miracle Roottree is the youngest son of Elias. Miracle the Third and his wife Nicole are youth pastors. Just put everything Miracle in here. I think we can start filling some of this out. Okay, so Gwyneth and Elias are at the top. Miracle. Is it this one then? Because this picture here. Right, because this picture is so young, it's probably a picture of Miracle the Third, not Miracle Roottree. Damn it. Damn it! Damn it. Can I start filling out some of this stuff? But we know this is Miracle. And then... oh, Miracle the Third would be Miracle Jr.'s son. Should be. Between these two... so they both had a kid. Ah, the star means notable person. So this is probably Miracle Jr. though. Although I was tempted to put it in this one just now because I thought that they would also similarly be a miracle, as in they would be the youngest child. So I'm gonna put like maybe this right now. Miracle the Third. His wife is Nicole. God. Fine. Miracle Jr. is a televan... what would you call it? Don't say comedian. Media mogul? No, not really. Not news anchor. Preacher? Does it count as public speaker? I think it counts. I think it counts. Now we're not gonna know if this is right until we fill out the rest. Just like Obra Dinn. Let's see here. Edith. His wife's name is Edith. Okay. Alright. This one doesn't count for the 3. And then they had Miracle the Third. They didn't actually say Miracle the Third is the kid. But it makes sense. I wish I could put a Nicole here, but I don't know which one. And how would I know which one it is? This guy has multiple pictures. Let me just go back to... yeah. I know we know for sure that Miracle is the final child of his generation. Yes. 23 years later. Miracle the Third is not famous. He won't be here. What about Clergy Watch? Edith Roottree? It won't be Roottree. Yeah. Youth pastors. So if this is Miracle... would it just be preacher then? Is a pastor the same as a preacher? I don't actually know. These are similar to me, but maybe not exactly the same. And I guess this is his picture. So, we supposedly have 2. Supposedly. Okay, we can start from that. We just need a picture for Miracle, which we might not have. Alright, I'd like to maybe hone in on a few people first, but honestly, we might just have to take what we can get to begin with. This one doesn't have that many clues. Yeah, pastor, preacher? I mean, this guy could be a preacher too, but he's also a public speaker. Huh. 1997. Okay. Cool, whatever. Give it a go. This is very interesting because didn't we establish that the candy initial was supposed to be like the kids? Miracle is not here. M is not here. But I know we did have some contention before about how... Yeah, he's like, oh, somewhere it said that that was not the original flavor. The flavors got changed. Yeah, so I think we might want to keep a lookout for that. Although it did say, this could be propaganda. Yes, his mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth. Yeah, but it doesn't correspond with the, oh my god, I don't know why. I don't know why! Okay, whatever, maybe we'll just start going with a brand. Teen Blast. Periodical. A magazine aimed at teenage girls. Their website has a news section that offers condolences for the Roottree sisters. Raina first appeared on the cover of her 16th birthday. Team Blast. Raina? We have a picture for Raina. A new picture. We already had a picture for Raina before. But this could give us other stuff. TMS is, Raina's husband, Thomas Sheridan? Brother of Trouble. Is this just some other brand? One important thing I learned from an early age is that dreams are not outside of our grasp. My grandpa was a college professor who taught lectures about history. I'll put it in the sisters section, I guess. My grandpa was a college professor. He always told me that history was full of people from famous families who wasted their fame and fortune by taking it for granted. Use your name to accomplish something. I think he might have practiced that lecture a lot because a lot of people in my family have also made the Roottree name famous for things besides candy. His older sister even wrote a book that some of my friends tell me they had to read in school. The grandpa's sister. This could be hard to remember later. I took his advice and now I work with my mom designing clothing. I help decide what colors and patterns I want to model, then she designs the clothes with a team of amazing men and women. Although my grandpa passed away earlier this year, Grandma Laura tells me he was really proud of what we managed to accomplish. We could potentially search some obituary thing. Passed away earlier this year. Do we already know for now that... Maybe we should start a new page where we just free write. Raina's grandpa. And grandma. Yeah, this might be easy. Oh! Easier. I wanted to do a second line. Professor. Laura, I don't know your profession. Grandpa passed away earlier this year. This is a cover on her birthday in 96. 96. Yeah? I'm sorry, 1994. Already making mistakes. Can we find? Well, a professor might be somewhat famous, and Laura wrote a book. Oh, no. No, Grandpa's older sister wrote a book. Something like that. Okay. Raina, here's your other photo. Cool. Your grandpa... But we don't know... Like, is it too much to assume that the grandpa would be here and that Laura would be here? We could try to begin with. Laura Carlson? Yeah, because Laura doesn't have a Roottree last name, and then Grandpa is a professor. Something like that. I just want to get a 9 out of 9 so we can make sure that some of those are right over there. Maybe... Okay. I'm just randomly switching focus because I'm nervous. Why don't we start something easy then? Lauren Roottree. No. No. Just search it. Oh my goodness. Author Lauren Roottree. Oh, Grandpa's older sister wrote a book. Distant relative of the Roottree sisters, also known for her book Life Between Wars. Was it read about in school? According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name. Married name Lauren Rafferty. Who knows what this page is? When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name. Maybe we should be keeping some of these dates? The selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars spans untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow. Is a widow a job? And mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialities all the way through the entry into Vietnam. Taking too much. The content has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style, and for a look into life in previous generations. Aha! Lauren is Grandpa's older sister. It doesn't help us much though. Because at the moment, like say... Okay, this is Grandpa, right? The older... Oh, it does help because we only have one older sibling. I thought we would have multiple. Oh, thank God. Okay. It's Lauren then. Lauren Roottree. Writer? Author? Yes. Yes, and we can probably find her picture by searching it. Let's finish reading that first. Romance in Court? I'm so upset about how messy my notes are. Raina's grandpa and Grandpa's sis. Court Jester series. Wait, retired. Is retired a job? Is retired a job? Retired means no job. No. Because they said, use the latest occupation. And then everyone's occupation should just be dead. In the first 3 levels of this. Okay, let's try aiming for Lauren then. I think we can find a picture of her somewhere. If we search the public library. Lauren, what was your Rafferty? Oh, you need both. A Life Between Wars. Okay, but you want Roottree for this one. You hit the jackpot. Oh, everything is printing. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is happening? How much are you printing? You're printing the entire diary. What the frick? High quality pictures in it. Really? Yeah, but it's not obvious who is who. This is probably Lauren? This is Lauren's husband who died in the war? Okay, let me just really quickly check then. I need some assurance. I'm feeling very unsure right now. Uh-oh. Look, we just filled in 3 things, and it didn't say we were right. So that's not good. Maybe, are you a preacher? Are you also a preacher? Oh! Boom, okay. They're tricky like that. Televangelist should be preacher, not public speaker. I was trying to be nice, okay? Because I feel like preacher does have some negative connotations with it. I also logged in the following optional entry. Yeah! Alright, cool.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Oh.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottree reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Paris. Shiva candle.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Oh, that was You know what? I'm about to call it quits for today. Look, it's already 8:20. I'm still working at 8:20. Is that my password? Hey, I didn't see the screen before. Dead. The Rootrees are dead. This Game Boy has 1 button. What gives? Hey! You're here. Noni. Alphabet Davies in the Erased Names of the Genesis. Alphabet Davies Ends and Beginnings. A Young Alphabet Adventure. Family Doku. Alphabet Davies Reverses. Alphabet Davies Secrets. What the hell is this? Like puzzle books? Maybe that's why I'm so good at solving puzzles. In lore-wise. Actually, I don't know. Are you playing a new song now because I clicked on the Game Boy? Oh, the Rootrees are 8-bit. That's cute. Let's finish reading the diary stuff first. We know her husband. We don't even care about her husband's occupation. We just want a name. Captures the evolution in perspective from adolescence to adulthood. Butler County Times. Seeing, are you wearing anything special? 2 more clues here. I made these observations and notes while skimming through the diary. She is notable, she has a star. Book came out in 1965 and consists of entries from the past 20 years. Most of the diary and the thoughts revolve around the loss of her husband Jacob, who died in the final months of World War II while she was pregnant. This left her to raise her son Clark alone. Oh, maybe Lauren needs her own page. Her husband Jacob died, while Clark, her son Clark. Lauren never remarried, only had 1 child. She was a granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. We got this. Her mother's family was called the Cassells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was a head lawyer for the Roottree Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clan's Trust. We had this in our notes already. This is very messy. I need a better way to do this. This isn't working out. I need to anchor my notes as being relative to a specific line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna treat it like this then. Actually, we don't need the first line. Okay, the very top of the tree is Elias and Gwyneth. That's it. So after that, their children are the 1st-degree relatives. These people are the 2nd-degree relatives. So in my notes, I'm going to put a 2. Oh, okay. Anyone want to report this bug? Lauren. Just to remind myself which layer we're talking about, because otherwise... Yeah, her father, who she referred to as Pop, was a lawyer for the Roottree Company. And... again, assuming that it's this one and not the spouse. Lawyer. Clan's Trust. I wish I could stick notes here too. That would be really good. I wasn't done reading. Her mother was called the Cassells. It's clear from context that the Rootrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations. Oh! That's what I was wanting. You have 5 pieces. 1st generation. The next generation. Lauren's generation. So maybe this needs to be like... At the very top of the page, we're talking about the next gen kids. Oh god, why doesn't that work? Where'd it go? Very top, very top. Yeah, how about like that? We'll just do it like that. 2. Next gen. The difficulty is that, okay, so let's say Lauren's information is here, but then we talk about her kids. Do we put her kids' information in here, or should we put it on the next layer? That's the hard part, right? And I'll preemptively start pages for the other ones too, even though some data has already been elsewhere. 5 pieces. 3 free spirits. I think there was a 12-page limit before, but I think we have a little bit more at the moment. I will put these at the top. Okay. Including her son. So her husband is Jacob. Rafferty Jacob? Oh, that was her married name. Right, her maiden name is Lauren Roottree. I see. Her son is Clark. Clark Rafferty? Who had a divorce at some point? She raised her son alone. Don't know his job yet. I can have a picture for you. You want to search Clan's Trust? Clan's Trust is a corporate arrangement, highly unusual, named after Clancy Edward Roottree. So this would be this side. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative at birth, and first accessible when they reach 18. The actual numbers have never been fully disclosed to the public, but due to their ever-increasing success of the company, it is a significant amount of money. Look, they keep emphasizing blood relative. This is so... It's kind of hard to be a spouse in this family then, because you're always going to be knowing that, hey, we don't care about you as much. You are not a blood relative. The Clan's Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances. There have been a few situations where the family members tried to remove another member from the trust, but it's internal, so we don't really know. The only information you have is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecturer about Roottrees versus RR in 1994. This should be in the periodicals or something. 5-piece guarantee. Right, because we had something... Yes! We confirmed Miracle already, so why Miracle is M? Oh, we didn't confirm this Miracle. But it's gotta be, because the Miracle Jr. is right. And M was not one of the names on the 5-piece candy. So this is scandalous already. Clancy Edward Roottree? Oh my god. Was that it for this one? How did they take away... Oh, wow, okay, there's so... Wow, wait. Complaints. 1953. Going back to the diary for a sec. An entry named Complaints from Lauren's diary. Do the dates matter? Gwynn. She's complaining about Gwynn here. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwynn is an only child. Complained of loneliness. There aren't that many only children on the... I don't know what she is though. Well, she's not a 5-piece because there's 5 children here. Next gen? Free spirit maybe? I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing. But it fell on deaf ears. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had, that I'd be able to do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was a lucky cousin. Laura, Lauren's cousin, so she is a next gen. Gwynn is a next gen. I need it in my own words. Lauren's cousin. Margot. Only child. The mother, Aunt Margot. We could always go back and click to find what the context was if we do forget. So Aunt Margot means Gwynn's mom, which means that Aunt Margot should be from the 5-piece generation. But maybe she's not a Roottrie directly. Oh wow, this is getting... But M is not one of the candies! What the hell? Try to dye my hair blonde. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me, even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet. Okay. She gets to be in Starlet. And tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. A actor? She's the first Roottree woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I'm jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me. And now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, my husband dying, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do, at Gwynn. Lauren is someone who is an only child. Your cousin is an only child? This is an only child. This is an only child with a star. And we know Gwynn is famous, so it has to be this one then. We don't know her yet. Gwynn Roottree. Probably actor. We can confirm it right now. Yeah, I always get taken down multiple roads whenever I start reading one thing. I'm not done reading the diary yet, but we'll chase this thread for now. Gwynn Roottree. Old films. Yeah. Somewhat known actress who was active in the 1950s. We got this part already. She had a highly publicized divorce. Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwynn from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which I have. Did you know? Gwynn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree, the founder of Roottree Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. Yeah, I don't know how people feel about that sort of thing these days, because maybe back in the day that feels sort of emasculating, because the typical procedure is that a woman would take the man's last name. And, I remember playing a different game on the channel, I'm not gonna say which one, but there was a similar discussion about marrying and names, and somebody in the comments got very, very upset at me for suggesting that taking a man's last name is a problem. I didn't even say it was a problem. All I said was, oh yeah, a lot of my friends, actually not a lot, I mean 100% of my friends that got married, none of them have changed their last names. It just feels like, at least in my group, it's just not a very common thing to do, but yeah, someone got very upset at me. Anyway. So her father is a fake Roottree then. Oh, just so Gwynn could be a Roottree? Well, she's still a blood relative. I don't know that Clancy trust thing. That might still come back to play later. We know she's the granddaughter. So you have a photo. You've got a photo. We've got a photo of you. I will finish reading this one by one. Oh my god, which one is it? I just want the one. I don't want to read other ones. Gwynn Roottree? Gwynn, oh, she's pretty. I can see why she's an actress. Diamond. Hold on. I'm just thinking here. Wait. Oh yeah, this is Jim. I was like, well, why did I not put down the picture for Diamond? That other picture, by the way, that top hat picture. This one. This was Elias Roottree. This is Elias Roottree. This is his other picture. Let's just put it down so it can remove the photo for us. Yeah, they had a highly public divorce. That sucks. Yeah, you do one thing, you're in the public eye, and then everything you do is in the public eye. No, can you... No. Guys Like Us is a film about two secretaries cutting their hair short and posing as businessmen to get ahead in life, until one of them falls in love with their client, starring Gwynn Roottrees, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. I wonder if one of these people could be the divorce. Did you know the title is a play on words? It can be read that the two women are men similar to other men, or that the men are fond of them. Ah, that's smart. Harrison Lane was a television actor. His largest role before Guys Like Us was as the villain in Western Frontiers. Western Frontiers has no connection to Roottrees. Harrison Lane seems to be a dead end. Harrison Lane married his high school sweetheart after they reunited at a movie premiere. Okay, I was thinking maybe she married one of her co-actors. Leslie Florence. There isn't even a did you know trivia about her. This Harrison Lane could still be relevant. Cause why was the divorce highly public? I'm thinking it's because the husband was also an actor. Gwynn, divorce! Come on. What was your other Christmas mission? A war movie? Received poor reviews, lost money. Gwynn Roottrees was a soldier's wife. The movie was marketed as an incredible true story. Well, nothing on her husband yet. But it's somebody who has the name Roottrees. Okay. How many do we have? Not much new stuff. Not much new concrete stuff. Like, we have one entry for Gwynn. That's it. Should we keep reading the diary then? I haven't even looked at the evidence the lady gave me yet. Aunt Margot, that's right. Aunt Margot. So Gwynn's mother is... oh god. Okay, let's check if Margot is Roottree. Margolite? Margolite? Oh my god. This is insane. Why are there 2 M's in 5 pieces? This is insane. Absolutely insane. Lauren said, Gwynn is the first woman in Roottrees who is not a housewife, which means Margot is a housewife. Is it too much to say that? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Let me just double check that I didn't hallucinate that. Yeah, her cousin's blonde. That was supposed to be a hint. Starlet. I didn't try that one yet. Bill Williams? Yeah, she's the first Roottree woman to be not a housewife. Starlet was a magazine. Tabloid, yes. Yes. Starlet. Gwynn. Gwynn. Divorced with Wild Bill Williams. Some of it focuses on the fact that she announced her divorce. She also announced she was pregnant again. Oh my god. The rumor is that Wild Bill had affairs, which left her heartbroken. She was asked about her last name, and she said, "The power of a name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly preached the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a famous name. There's nothing worn with Cornwall, but Roottrees has power." Gwynn's father's name is Cornwall. Something Cornwall. He's not a Rootree, so chances are there is only one Cornwall around here. My grandfather... My husband, similarly, goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with a famous one. But Wild combined with the alliteration Williams is incredibly memorable. Yeah, but he changed to Bill! Although we relocated to Paris. I know your readers will love to keep up with my husband, so consider this a Starlit exclusive about both of us. Wild Bill and I have a child on the way and we're sticking with Roottree for the last name, not Williams, but we also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we'll honor both of our family names for the next generation. Roottree. Roottree. Wild Bill? Bill? William? What the Just be normal! Be normal! Gwyn's father is a Cornwall. Linus Cornwall. They're living in Paris, and their kid are Roottree. She has 2 kids. And we don't know why this is in a box yet. Like, why is this particular section in a box? This should be pretty public too, because the mom is famous. Did you get a new picture just now from that? Maybe not. Starlet. Oh, there's the pictures of each thing. I haven't looked at any of those. It's fine. I'm doing this in an order that makes sense to me. Okay, forget about that for now then. He appeared in Fortune Favors the Grave. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There was a famous Hollywood rumor he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and that she was already aware of his reputation. He grew up in France, Paris. This seems relevant somehow. If we want pictures, right, because if they're not famous, they're not going to be in pictures. There was a Paris picture. Paris. When I pulled the water damage picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Gwynn and the boys. Wait, what? Excuse me? Wishing you well from... Oh, they're in Paris. They could not make the reunion. This is Gwynn. One of them is a son, one of them is a father. I'm hesitant to say which one is which, because we've already fallen for this trap one time. Film school. That's probably a hint. A Gwynn. Oh, we have to verify the person first before adding that. We don't need a picture for William. Oh, wait, she has 2 children. What if the pictures are the children? Like, this is after the divorce. And she only hangs out with her children. That could be the case too. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Should we keep chasing this thread? I feel like we should move this. Like, this one should be in the free spirits one. Yeah. What if we searched Starlit for Wild Bill? He likes blondes. Oh! His real name is Walter Forsyth. How? Oh, okay, that has nothing to do with Bill or Williams. What? Forsyth. Walter. That doesn't count, yet again. You think we need to put this down? Sure. Easier to find later. The second is an interview. He doesn't mention her by name. He's talking about Gwynn. An apology to all the ladies. I'm actually taken. Earlier this year, I did a friend a favor. He was directing a war movie and asked me to play a small part. Wouldn't you know it, that son of a bitch cut me from the picture. I'm just ribbing, not his fault. Apparently the studio didn't want to pay for a star of my caliber. I got the last laugh though. I met someone. She spent most of the film crying. But even through tears, she was incredible. I know I have a reputation, but this one's true love. They got divorced later. I only have eyes for her. Ironically, the third is a rumor that his divorce from Gwynn was due to multiple affairs, including one with another actress. An American reader on vacation in Paris claims to have overheard Wild Bill and Gwynn arguing in public while she was holding a baby and visibly pregnant. Not long after, Gwynn announced she was divorcing, and also that she was pregnant again, giving this rumor more credibility. Yeah, I think the main thing was his real name here. They have 2 kids. Gwynn and Wild Bill have 2 children, and then one of the... At least the first child, right? Because the way they say it, have a child on the way, not another child. First children has the alliteration thing going on. Because the second one, she was divorced. They were divorced before the kid was born, and she was doing the alliteration as a way to honor his family, so the second kid would not have alliteration. Make sense? Assumptions. Makes sense to me, though. Do you want to just see? I mean, it won't help because, look, all 3 of these Roottrees were ours. Yeah, Carly is not the real name. It was something else. So the older child, the one on this side, Roottree, Robert or Ronald? Maybe they both, maybe just, they kind of sound like names of siblings. Maybe, we don't know. I can put it in my notes. Robert? What was the other one? What was the other one? Ronald. Okay. Leave it at that for now. And... let's see... No. Yeah, at first I thought this was like her husband, but I feel like it's probably just her 2 kids. Especially since the lady who gave us the photo was like, oh yeah, this is from the reunion from the 1970s. When did Gwynn get divorced again? When was that divorce? Right, her divorce was in 1958. Yeah, so they were already split for a very long time after that, even though they were in Paris, which is where Wild Bill comes from. I just don't know which is which. I could guess, but it's not very scientific. Like one of them... it's one picture or the other, and maybe it's Ronald, maybe it's Robert, or whatever the other R name was. I don't know what their jobs are though. One went to film school. One got married, the other one didn't. The one, maybe it's easier to go for the people with the stars, because they're like searchable and stuff. And it'll be easy to find a picture of them. Although, I don't think it'll be hard to find pictures because the lady gave us a bunch of family photos here too. I'm scared to look at them because I'm just gonna end up with a bunch of people who I don't remember. What's this one? Campaign mailer. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. 11 clues. It's a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper from the Butler County Times. Put that under a brand. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love, and now 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message is simply, love is our future. The handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement and supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. CM. Carl. Carl is the guy, yeah, okay, the current company president. So someone's talking to him, someone called CM. I'm inclined, based off no reason, that this is probably someone from the same generation. Well, it's someone speaking on equal terms with him, right? Because Stephanie is maybe CM's child. And then he's saying, hey Carl, why don't you get your famous daughters to help campaign for my kid? And then, yeah, it'll be good for her campaign. Stephanie Jones, Butler County. Okay, well, Stephanie Jones. Stephanie Jones? Who was your dad? No mention of Roottrees. She has a very bare-bones website for her campaign, simply a picture of her campaign mailer. Butler County Times. It is located in Pennsylvania. While the Roottree Company has its HQ in the city, the company began on a small farm within the Butler County limits. Oh, and the area has a lot of history with the family. Butler County Times is a paper there. There's some articles involving the family. It is in my periodical. There's also a video game called The Roottrees Are Dead, once set in Butler County. And it turns out the creator never lived in or near Butler County and even had no connection to the whole place. Oh my god, how dare you? This is unacceptable. So what if I go Butler County Times, Stephanie Jones. Stephanie won her election. Stephanie Jones was born Stephanie Landon. I don't even know where Stephanie... Like, she wouldn't even be in this... She would be like the 4th or 5th layer if she's the same generation as Carl's daughters. Lived in Butler County. Stephanie grew up in a home without a father. With my mother... Wait, let me just quickly check. We have that list, right? The list of people. Stephanie Jones is Stephanie Jones even on this? We have Patricia Jones. That could be relevant. And then Brian Jones. Who could CM be then? Someone with a M last name. That's a lot. Could be Caroline Morden. Actually, this is the only CM here. Stephanie grew up without a father, but her mother had a partner. I essentially had an entirely female influence. She's a distant cousin of the Rootrees. Her mother, Caroline Morden! Okay. We're getting somewhere. Lauren's generation. Lauren's generation is one above Carl, so we have to start. This is talking about the free spirits. Caroline Morden, was it? Carl's sister has daughter Stephanie Jones. So her husband must be a Jones then. Probably. Not someone crazy important. Caroline Morden is also an artist. Appeared on the front page of the newspaper before. She's often come out opposed to the corporation's policies regarding deforestation of indigenous trees to expand their maple farms. Unlike my mother, I'm not a fighter. I want to bring love to the world. Caroline Morden. There's a picture. You find a cover story about local art installations, including one by Caroline Morden. Not much about her as a person, though. There's an image of her. It is captioned, Caroline standing next to her sculpture Atlantis Burden. This sculpture is one of many works featured in her upcoming book, Self-Portrait, Art and Beauty of Women. We can save this. This is how do I note that this is Caroline's book, though? I don't want to save the whole thing. It's so long. Atlantis' burden is meant to symbolize a society split by indecision over whether women should be equals or something to protect. We can look for the book right here. Caroline Morden. Atlantis' burden. I'm just going all over the place right now to wherever this takes me. What? Oh, this is a sculpture, that's why. I'm sorry. I meant to do self-portrait, art and the beauty of women. Dedicated to Eloise and Stephanie, her children? Confirmed? Probably. Mostly black and white pictures of her art. Nude self-portraits, oh my goodness. These have not been added to my evidence. Why? It's tasteful art, isn't it? She talks about her influences in the intro. She was the youngest of her generation. And in her late teens, she felt betrayed when her sister Gwendolyn and cousin Bonnie gave up on dreams to settle for boring men. She especially dislikes her brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson, who she calls completely bogus. Their marriages led her to double down on her passions, art and environment. She even married a man who was the opposite of boring, which was an overcorrection. All of the people in their family, they're rich, maybe into business and stuff, but we got this, yeah, she's more into the arts and wants protections for the environment and the world. She comes out strongly against the Roottree company's effect on the local environment, and rues how she wasn't able to convince her father Zach to make changes to policy. Hold on, we're going too fast here. Let's take it right now. Her sister Gwendolyn and her cousin Bonnie. These are all from the same generation, the free spirits. She is one of the youngest in her generation. What do you mean one of? You are either the youngest or you're not the youngest, damn you. We don't know though, because among one father, one mother, yeah, you can say they're the youngest, but you can't look across and just be like, oh yeah, this person is the youngest, so her father is Zach. Her father is Zach. My god, I'm already losing track of everything. We didn't put her down anywhere though. It's Carl's sister. Well, it's not on this side, because this side is Clark. And this one's not super famous. We don't know enough to anchor this yet. We have a whole bunch of information. Her father, Zach. Her marriage to Mark. The only everything he gave her was a daughter. Oh, is she... So she divorced Mark and realized she liked women. Oh, maybe I'm reading too much into it. She just appreciates women as an art form. But maybe we can see, hey, who is divorced that's in Carl's generation? Clark? No. I mean, there are some here split up. I'm hesitant about that though. Caroline, divorced? To Mark? Maybe? Yeah, the only good thing he ever gave her was a daughter. Stephanie. Who's Eloise then? Okay, let's see. Carl... So the person over here has 2 daughters. Two kids. We know there's at least 1 kid. Someone got many divorces, multiple divorces, and ended up married again. Can I check? Because this person has a star. I'm just gonna check the list of stars again. Because Caroline Morden isn't one of these. So I do not think this is Caroline Morden. Someone didn't have any kids. Clark? It could be this one. She didn't actually say she did get a divorce though. Maybe we'll just leave this information for a bit. Yeah, we have a pretty good linkage for Caroline. We just need everything else around it to anchor it, and then we'll be able to like boop 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 fill it in, but not quite yet for the moment. This one seems likely though. I feel like, yeah, they split up, and if she really like is into women or something, maybe like her new partner adopted. I'm just hesitant. Let's look a little bit more first. Because this one's one that'll change a lot. What was I looking at before this? All this? Eloise? Is she in the list? Oh my god, there's so many things to click on. Oh, yeah, she is! Don't even know her last name. Wow. Suspicious. Okay, I'm gonna take a step back and just go, because I feel like we're getting overloaded with information a bit. Maybe let's just go back to this star one, because that's a simpler one to try to take advantage of, right? Red Roottree. Red Roottree. Roottree. Aloysius Herring Roottree was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position on the Irish people, and then he tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottrees, but it turns out he was not related. Oh. Does that mean that he's not on this list then? It's just a mere coincidence? Oh! Red Herring Roottree. It's a Red Herring Roottree. Is there a star here that's not related to anyone? Hold on, give me a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 people with stars. Oh, you can't really count it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right! There's a red Roottree as a red herring, damn you. Oh, they put a thing right there. Okay. Jim Roottree, we definitely... Didn't we already try... Okay, everything is just mixing up in my head. Jim and Diamond, yeah. Rolling down on the city, just searching for the song. The fans are called Diamond Dazzlers. Name of the fan club for Jim and Diamond. One reply says Jim and Diamond still send out Christmas card every year to the Diamond's Dazzlers. It's accompanied by some pictures and some history about the fan club. It's not available to join, but they still honor the club personally. Some debate whether that's cool or pathetic. Among the pictures, there's a 1996 one with Jim and Diamond's young son, Wolf. What generation is Jim? Jim and Diamond's young son, Wolf. As well as a note about his daughter's band, the Floozies. The Floozies. Operating out, it's an all-female punk band in NYC. They were an opening act for another band, a trio, cagey about their identities. Because they were Roottrees, maybe. They were rumored to be the children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. Well, their parents were already... One of them, her parents. For an underground and unknown band with no following, they had really expensive equipment, and not only were they selling CDs, but they only cost $1. They were probably losing a fortune. Beef Baby. Conquistador. Yeah, I think the main thing here is probably the picture that we got. Beef Baby. Didn't get a name for the kid. Beef Baby is a song by the Floozies. You can't actually find anything about it. Could it be a euphemism? Or about a newborn cow? If only you had the time or resources to look into it further. Where in the tree... Oh, you know what? What about the periodical? Because it's sort of like a... actors and actresses, teenage girls. What did we go? Jim Roottree. No? Jim Roottree. Floozies. They're not famous enough for that level, I think. I just need to anchor this to something. Peter Yanovitz. I think that's relevant. Oh my god. No! Music critic. He used to work for Modern Music Monthly. Oh, we can get that as a periodical. Yes! And then we can get Jim and Diamond. Interview titled A Reluctant Hitmaker, Jim. Diamond and I were in C&J plus J&D with my cousin and his ex. Oh my god. C&J, J&D. So J&D is Diamond and Jim. C&J, that's somebody else. Clark and his ex. So Jim has a cousin named Clark. Is that Lauren's son? Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result... Oh, Clark never knew his father because his father died in the war, because it's Lauren's husband. Yes. So Jim and James... Jim is Clark's cousin, which means he's a free spirit. Yes, it's coming together. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand... Clark and Jane plus Jim and Diamond. Diamond and Jane are actually sisters! So the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on, not our finest hour. Oh my god, regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. No more family band. Is that Jane though? Or is that... No, that might be another one. That would be really spicy if it was Jane. Yeah, no, because Clark and Jane are already dating. It's that he's cheating on Jane with both Jane and Diamond's sister. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but not my goal. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. He started Raffertunes. It's Clark's band. And he's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. This is insane. So to go back here. Lauren's kid is Clark? If we look up the Raffertunes, oh, musician? Musician, do you think? And then... Raffertunes. What? Is it that not famous? Clark Rafferty, right? Wasn't that his last name? Skip it. He wasn't a very good musician. Clark Rafferty, Jim Roottree, and two of the LaRue sisters. So Diamond LaRue, Jane LaRue. Amateurish folk-style songwriting is catchy at times, but ultimately doesn't do anything new. They weren't really that into it. Clark? I don't know who you married because Jane... Did Jane even... Oh, but they split up. So maybe they did get married at some point. You split up because you dated her sister instead, or slept with her. And you're all cousins. Jim, this could be Jim then. I'm just trying to look for stars on the same level here. There are no other stars on this, in this generation. So this one should be Jim, which is this one. Yeah, they have lots of pictures because they're both famous. James Roottree, musician. And then, what were you, Diamond LaRue? How many do we have hanging right now? That's not verified. Verified means yellow background. I think we just have 2. Gwynn and James. We don't have a picture for Clark. If we had that, maybe we can do this. Wow, this is... Suddenly, so much is coming up. Clark's cousin. They had a kid. Let's try to find a picture for Clark then. But he's not famous enough to be here. C plus J, whatever. Skip it these times. Diamond LaRue. The LaRue sisters got their start doing session work for their great uncle's record label. Back then they were credited as the Lucky LaRues. Now that he's passed, they've moved on to bigger and better ventures and are going by their full names. Diamond and Jane have been touring with some famous faces, the Roottrees, and are looking to release an album sometime next year. Youngest Kim is about to step into a prominent role on Broadway. Kim LaRue. Oh my god. Okay, so maybe this is Kim LaRue? Is this too forward to put it like that? Because he was dating Jane and then he slept with Kim, so I guess they were together. Oh my god, they had a kid from that too? Maybe? We don't know. This might be a little bit too much to say. Lucky LaRues. I'll save this one. But these are not Rootrees. It's not mission critical. Clark, on the other hand. One of the pictures we have, wolf picture. The free spirits. The free spirits. This is the generation. That's a lot of people. We're not we're not getting anything from this photo. Oh, this is Carl, right? I kind of remember him. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Rootrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's a teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. It says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures, including Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Carl, Clark, Carl, Eli M. I mean, some of these are recognizable. Holy, I don't think we should be taking... Oh my god, this is gonna be a mess. This is gonna be a mess. I recognize Carl, though. Yeah. Same dude. Jim, I can't verify yet. I know that Clark probably isn't blonde, though. 'Cause his mom is not blonde. One of her diary entries was like, oh, I dyed my hair blonde because I wish it could be like Gwynn's hair. Unless if Jacob is blonde? No, he's not. He's not. So not blonde, but it's still a big guess. This is Jim, right? Like some of these might be like the mirror. Looks like Gwynn's kids, doesn't it? Gwynn's kids. Maybe. Maybe. Man. Do you think we could like... Because these are books. Let me see. Clark Rafferty. They mentioned an album called These Times. Oh! You're printing the MP3. Someone with the surname Die Hard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at an auction. Apparently this was Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later work. Can you play the song? Raffertunes? Oh! A website about Raffertunes! Clark Rafferty LaRue... You did end up getting married to the LaRue? Advertising company! There's an about page and you find a picture labeled the inspiration for the famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Below that it's more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. And when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down for the picture, he had the idea for the Roottree Super Bowl ad. What the frick? What the frick? Hold on. Advertising firm? His wife doesn't say which one it is. Do you have a picture? Did you say there was a picture? Rafferty LaRue? Kid looks happy. Oh, you're balding. You found this photo on the Raffertunes website. It was labeled inspiration. Oh, wow, okay. I don't like taking this many photos because it's cluttering up everything. Let's be careful about that sort of thing. I say as I do it. Hold on though, that means that this is... Wait, which one? Which... You got old. Is it this one then? It looks like it vaguely has the same features, maybe. But you're not a musician. You're in advertising. Yes! Oh, okay. That felt like it took a while to get here. You just never know. Sometimes... Yes, Jacob Rafferty. Yes, yes, yes. Yes! 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 Great, fantastic. Okay. Okay. Alright. And then Kim... The two kids. I don't know who his next wife is. But then he had a child with Kim potentially as well. I'm gonna say that this is... Is it this one? Is this one? Damn. Male pattern baldness is no joke. This is probably you? Diamond LaRue, I can now put in some pictures for you. Sweet. Alright. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a quick break here.